Dragon's Lair, the fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. You control the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
Hey everybody, this is Toray, and yeah, you like the intro? I do remember playing this game back in the 80s, early 80s. I spent a lot of money in this game. Now, I did a lot of editing. Wow, a lot of editing on this because I edited out all the deaths that I've done, so this is just pure gameplay straight through of Dragon's Lair. This game came out in 1983, so it's 20 years old. Can you believe that? This game is older than some of you people watching the games right now. Yes, I said used people. That's my Brooklyn accent. So, haters gonna hate. So yeah, I remember this. I can't remember. I remember playing Pac-Man back in the 80s. Don't remember much playing Pong. Pong came out the year I was born in '74, so don't really remember playing Pong. I do remember playing this game in the arcades. And it's basically, if you never played Dragon's Lair, it's a memory game. There's little flicks or flickers or whatever of yellow lights, and basically that's where you're supposed to jump. Now, if you memorize the entire game, you don't have to pay attention. You know exactly when to move left or right. As you can see, some of them I was having a lot of problems, so I did put the flicker on so it could show me where to jump because I just had so many problems dying. But like I said before, it is a memory game, and just gotta remember what to use and what not to use. See, just do it there, swipe, and just run out the door. This game, I feel, back in the 80s was far ahead of its time. For someone to make, like when I first saw this, I was like, wow, a cartoon, it looks so amazing. It's like the cartoons I watch on television, even better than the cartoons I watch on television. But if you think about it, in today's days, it's just basically a simple programming of if you press left, you get scenario A, if you press right, you get scenario B, and if you press the right button, you get scenario C. So it's very simple game. But back then you were like, wow, how can they do this? And you're just amazed. They even had this on a show called That's Incredible. It's just where people show their amazing talents. And there was someone, they had like a competition who could beat this game without dying flawlessly in the fastest time, and it had the 3 best people in the world. And I remember watching that. There's other games like this. There's Dragon's Lair 2, there's Space Ace, and Space Ace 2, which I've all played and finished too. This one I got off of Steam, and I was waiting, and I had it saved on Greenlight because it was supposed to be on sale, and it took a long time for it to get greenlit. So as soon as it became available, it announced to me, and I was like, yes, Dragon's Lair. So I was gonna play it. It came out 2 weeks ago. That tells you how many times I've messed up trying to do the right combinations. Because some of them, even though you memorized them, you're like, wow, I gotta go left, gotta go right, press the button, jump, no. So some were easy to remember, and some were really hard. And you only got to do a board once, so you don't have to do the same board twice. It'll never show up. But sometimes the boards will be in the opposite way. So if you're so used to making, like the horse will make you turn left, left, left. The next time you play, it'll make you turn right, right, right. So it's boards like this. And if you look back at these games, you're like, wow. This came out in 1980 when they would just had Pong, which was stick figures. Pac-Man was bringing in, the color and, some type of enjoyment. And I know I said I was gonna just let the game play through, but it's just talking about some awesome games back in the 80s. This was like the real first animated one, besides Wow, I was playing this. Street Fighters came out, I think, in the 90s, so that wasn't even anywhere close. This came out in the time era of Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. I'm trying to think what else came out in this era. Qbert. They even had a cartoon in Dragon's Lair, which was pretty good. I think it was on for a few years. This one I always mess up on. I'm supposed to jump now, and I always mess up. Like just maybe I should. I don't think I didn't edit this one. Damn it! I need to edit that one. Oh well. I'm already voicing through, so this one I can't count how many times I died. Not this part. I'll show you. When you're actually fighting the lizard, I died so many times on this. You gotta chase your sword because your sword is magnetized to the golden pot. So this is the part where I died the most, right here. I actually nerd raged on this part a few times. And of course, like a hero, he takes the gold and runs. This part was really easy. You just turn. I'm trying to remember this part. This part was a little tricky because of it was just really. I died a few times there. This part was really quick. When we got to the last room, I died a few times because I could not take my eyes off of Daphne. I was like, wow, the animation back then where they did this was like Disney style. It was just. It was a little too much for a little kid back then. You watch, you'll see Daphne and the way she talks is very seductive. And you're like, wow. This what I remember the most back when I was a kid because I died so many times with the rowboat because he had to move left and right around the whirlpools. This part I died the most. Not now. It was more simple because I could understand. But when I was a kid, you know, even though not too long, about maybe 10-15 years ago, they had Space Ace, and I still remember how to play that game. That's another game once they bring into here, I want to play for you guys, because I love Space Ace. That was an amazing game, too. These guys freak me out. I don't know why, but they freak me out. Maybe because of the noise they make, or their faces, they look like old men. It's just really disturbing. I was just glad to get out of this area because looking at those guys freaked me out. Now this was kind of cool, the Headless Horseman, which is also very simple. You just gotta dodge out of his pathway. The sounds he makes when he gets scared is just funny. This is another what I remember actually when I was a kid. It's a big ball and you just gotta slow it down so the balls hit the big one and you don't get trampled. Once again, this is a pretty simple one, so you just gotta remember to move forward. You're supposed to. There you go. It's that easy. Just jump a little right. Another simple one right here. Just run through the door and just time yourself. You press it too early or too late, you get burnt. And here we have the last board. But look at Daphne. Watch. This is what I mean. Of course, get that. There's two of those you gotta get. Here's the dragon. Now look at Daphne and listen to her voice. You can rewind this a few times if you want to. Here she goes. I'll be quiet. Get that one?
Please save me. The cage is locked with a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
See what I mean? Wow. Back then, what was I thinking of playing about this game? They didn't have no adult ratings at the time. This part, once you get to this board, it's pretty easy. It's just, you can't really die. It's so easy. And you grab the sword and you slay the dragon. And then you get Daphne. And I hate when he goes, watch at the end. But this is my Let's Play through, guys. hope everybody enjoyed it. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you remember playing this game and when you played it and how far you got. And I'll leave you off with Dirk saving the lady. See you later, everybody. Rate, subscribe, and leave comments. Later.